Hi everyone, welcome back with me DK in Ielts vlog episode 16 unit 16. Still we are discussing about writing in the form of line graph and also industrial flowchart. Yes, let's move to exercise 2 in the form of still line graph. You've got a line graph over there. It seems very simple, but when it comes to writing, it's not really simple as it's seen. The green lines indicates TV and the blue line indicates computer. And then the title over there, time school children 10 to 11 years old spend on different home activities from 2000 up to present. You've got paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 in this screen and the next two paragraphs 3 and 4 in the next screen. So this is the framework of the paragraphs. Let's start with paragraph 1 first. We need to rephrase the title and make general overview of the line graph over there. So time school children and then 10 until 11 years old spend on different home activities. Let's try to rephrase it. In the first paragraph you should write 1 until 2 introduction sentences. Sentence number 1 you should rephrase that, the title, and then second paragraph will be the general overview. And then later in paragraph 2, you should write 3 until 4 sentences about the first category, TV, for example. And let's type. The line graph shows the time pupils age 10 until 11 spend on different after-school activities from 2000 up to now. There have been two most popular home activities done by the pupils in a week. Those activities are computer and watching TV. You've got 3 sentences over there. Let's see the rephrasing. Pupils is the rephrasing from school children. And then after school activities is different home activities. Up to now is rephrasing from the word present. Later, let's talk about the grammatical structures. If you would like to describe in paragraph 2 from the year 2000 until 2007, it must be past tense. And for the last sentence, if you want to describe about the word present over there, you should use present perfect tense with correct grammar, of course. So, you've got 42 words in paragraph 1. Let's write in paragraph 2. About TV. Yes, we will discuss about TV. So before we write, let's divide our sentences into 3 different sentences in this first paragraph. So from 2000 until 2003, it's the same over there. And then you've got a decrease between 2003 to 2004. And then you've got a steady level, but you've got some up and down around 2004 until present, and the up and down from 2005 to 2006 for TV category. So let's try. Looking more deeply from 2000 to 2003, the time spent by pupils for watching TV remained the same, at average around 21 hours per week. It was followed by a falling period between 2003 and 2004 into 15 hours per week. Since then, the figure has been steady except between 2005 and 2006, in which the figure fluctuated. As I mentioned before, we should divide paragraph 2 into 3 different sentences. Sentence number 1 from 2000 to 2003, sentence 2 2003 to 2004, and sentence number 3 2004 and up to present. So you've got the word 2000 2003 in the first sentence over there. Remain the same, it's stagnant. 21 hours per week because it's between 20 and 22 hours. And then you've got falling period, so between 2003 2004 into 15 hours per week. And you've got the word since then indicates that we need a present perfect timeline over there. So has been is the correct grammar for present perfect. And 2005 and 2006 you've got past tense fluctuated. Well done. You've got 58 words in this second paragraph. Let's move to the next paragraph. You may pause the video before we play to paragraph 3 and 4. Let's move to paragraph 3 and 4 first before you can pause. Before you can pause the video and do on your own, let's discuss what we need to write in paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. So, you should write 3 until 4 sentences for computer category in paragraph 3, and then 1 until 2 conclusion sentences for paragraph 4. Let's discuss what we need to write in paragraph 3 first. At least we need to write 3 sentences. For sentences, you should describe 2000 until 2001. And then the second sentence from 2001 up to 2004 until it overcrossing the time spent for watching TV. And then the last sentence, you should write from 2004 up to present in the form of present perfect tense with fluctuation from 2005 until 2006 in the form of past tense for computer. So, you may pause the video now. We will get back to you after the next 5 until 10 minutes. Yes, let's try in the next after 5 until 10 minutes. Let's play again together. Play how to write correctly. Start with paragraph 3. In contrast, the figure, the time spent by the pupils on computer there was a slight increase in the first year period between 3 and 4.5 hours per week. Then it rose 3 times into 15 hours per week over 3 years periods. Finally, the trend has steadily increased from 14 hours into 22 hours in a week up to now. You've got expression of in contrast to switch between paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. And then you've got a movement over there, slight increase, 3 and 4.5 hours per week. And then 3 times into 15 hours per week. And then trend has steadily increased, present perfect. Yes, so 14 hours into 22 hours, you've got 62 words for paragraph 3. As for paragraph 4, let's write at least one sentence. You should have expression of conclusion. Clearly, the time spent by pupils on computer is higher compared to the time spent to watch TV. You've got the word clearly over there indicating the conclusion of the passage. And then you've got 18 words in paragraph 4. In total, you've got 180 words. So that's not bad. Let's move to the next exercise, exercise 3. Yes, in exercise 3, you've got a process, a flowchart of industry over there. Let's see the title over there. The diagram shows how raw materials are used to make plastic products. Summarizes the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. As usual, you should know where it starts and where it ends in the form of flowchart. It starts from the oil refinery over there, and then raw material is poured into a silo. You've got high pressure oven, and then it forms long molecules of plastics, and it produces like plastic granules, and then injection molder melts plastic and forces into mold, and then release products. You've got quality controller over here. If pass, you can move, and if it's fail the inspection in waste product, it's packed and then storage in warehouse. Rephrase some words, for example, plastic products, products into items, and then divide into 4 different paragraphs and create frameworks of ideas and also paragraphs. We will try to divide the 4 paragraphs and create frameworks of ideas in the next slide. So you should also rephrase all the words over there, not all, but some words in the red bubbles. And we'll try right after this. Yes, let's see once again the instruction. The diagram shows how raw materials are used to make plastic products, summarizes the information by selecting and reporting the main features, and make comparisons where relevant. We will rephrase those instructions and also rephrase the words in the flowchart. We have divided the paragraph into 4 paragraphs with different topics over there. The first paragraph will talk about introduction and overview of the diagram. Paragraph 2 will talk about how long process begins up to production of long molecules. Paragraph 3 will talk about from molecules to mold, and paragraph 4, the last one, will be about what happens to finished product. Let's make some notes. What keywords can we include in our writing later on? So the first paragraph, create frameworks and keywords and paraphrase the words in the flowchart. Complex process, of course, it's not simple process, it's complex process. It involves numbers of steps, of course, from oil refinery until storage in the warehouse. And then you've got high technology equipment or machinery use, and finally some people or skillful workers involved over there. As for paragraph 2, let's make some keywords and notes. Raw materials, of course, transported to the plant or factory. It comes to silo and then passed to oven, heated at high pressure. That's the first paragraph. You can use those keywords to help you write more and elaborate more. As for paragraph 3, from molecules to mold, you've got passes into mold, narrow, and pushes into mold, and then cool down, hardens, and then comes out of a mold, and finally final products or plastic items. Let's make some keywords for paragraph 4. What happens to finished product? And then they're put into belt conveyor because you've got belt conveyor. You should also understand about some industrial terms. Check for flaws, defects or problems, quality controller, and then put into boxes, taken into warehouse or stored. Yes. That's all for the framework of the process. We can use those keywords and framework to help you in the next exercise process. Yes, as the instruction says, you should write at least 150 words and at least 4 different paragraphs. Let's start with paragraph 1 first. Introduction and overview of the diagram. As we have discussed previously, the keywords are complex process and it involves numbers of steps. It also needs high technology equipment or machinery, and some skillful workers are involved. As usual, the tenses, you should use simple present tense and usually in the form of passive voice because it's always happening in the form of process. So let's start. The diagram illustrates, don't forget about this, the various stages in the production of plastic items. Clearly, this is such a complex process that requires a wide range of high technology, equipment and machinery, and at some stages, skilled workers. Great. Let's count how many words. 36 words over there. You've got the expression, the diagram illustrates, of course, shows or describes. You should start your writing by using those expressions or those words. Various stages, complex process, yes, plastic items. We rephrase plastic product into plastic items. And then wide range of high technology and skilled workers. Great, so all of those keywords are included in the first paragraph. While for paragraph 2, how long process begins up to production of long molecules. So it's from oil refinery over there, the truck, until long molecule of plastic. So what keywords we need? Raw materials transported to plant or factory and then comes to silo, passed to the oven and heated in high pressure so that long molecule plastic forms. So let's try. Paragraph 2. Initially, the raw materials have to be transported from the oil refinery to the factory. Upon arrival, they are poured into a large cylindrical container, and from there they pass into a special oven which heats the materials at high pressure so that long molecules of plastic form. So, because it is a process, you can use sequence words, for example, initially, firstly, in the beginning, after that, secondly, thirdly, the following process, and so on. And then you should rephrase some words used in the flowchart in your writing. For example, over there, transport from oil refinery to the factory, plant to factory. And then you should also describe, for example, if you do not know the names of the silo, because the raw material is poured into the silo, you can describe the thing, for example, a large cylindrical container, and then special oven, heat, high pressure oven. As you can see over there, we only wrote 2 sentences, but in the form of complex sentence. So this is a good example. How many words? 36 words. So before we move to paragraph 3 and 4, I remind you, you may pause the video later on before you write paragraph 3 and 4, and we will discuss right after 5 and 2. Well, as for paragraph 3, from molecules to mold, Let me remind you once more the keywords you need. Passes into molder, and then narrow end pushes it into mold, cool down, and then hardens, comes out from mold, and final product. Now you may pause your video and we will get back to you after the next 5 minutes you're done with your paragraph 3 writing. Yes, let's play along with me and write together paragraph 3. The granules are then funneled into a rectangular molder with narrow end. The molder melts the plastic in order to push it out into a mold. When the plastic has hardened in the mold, the items can be removed and any waste materials discarded. Yes, you've got 48 words for paragraph 3 over there. You should once more find the keywords and use the keywords in your sentences and elaborate them if necessary. And finally, we've come to paragraph 4, what happens in the final products. Let me remind you once more about the keywords we need. They are put into belt conveyor and then check for flaws, defects or problems, quality controller, and then put into boxes, taken into warehouse, stored. As I mentioned previously, you need to rephrase some words. For example, check for flaws over there, rephrasing from quality controller, and then put into boxes, rephrasing from packing, and taken into warehouse, stored, rephrasing from storage in warehouse. Now you may pause the video and we will get back to you in 5 minutes. Yes, let's play along with me and write together paragraph 4 as the example over here. Before they can be packaged, the finished products have to be checked for any problems. So next they are placed on a belt and observed by an expert. If they pass this inspection, they can be packed into boxes and then taken to a warehouse for storage. Great. How many words? 44 words. So in total, 164 words. Well everyone, that's all for episode 16 of the Task 1 IELTS writing test. We will move to Task 2 of the IELTS writing test in the next episode. See you when we see you. Goodbye and have a nice day.